for a new video. Where I stream on my main channel. My oldest, no, not my oldest channel, but one of my oldest channels, and that is the Mirror of the Throne. So let us look if anything is putting good. Yeah, I think it's working. So first thing I'm gonna to do today is reacting to some trolls here, because trolls there are. Some of them have a lot of idiotic rhetoric, so some of them are too long. This one is nice. A good video. Nice comment. Of hello. Okay. Do you want to request a song? Sorry, yeah, I don't know so much songs of pop artists. Mic is too loud. I consider myself to be androgynic. I don't consider myself male or man in that classical way of it. You want that I sing something? I think you're extremely high, because by me it is not hard if I look to OBS. So how are you doing today? So what are you doing? Did you have a good day? Did you have a good today? Did you have a nice day on your walk? Did you have a nice day on your school? Did you have a nice day on your hobby today. Are you an artist? Are you a musician? Are you a teacher? Or from the military? Tell me that. That's what I ask you today. Is that fine? Most. Yeah, it's absolutely true indeed. Most of the meat people eat tastes also not like nothing if you don't put salt on it. If you not put pepper to it, if you are not putting salt, sugars and oils to it, no people likes the flash to any it. I've never heard that of somebody. So my answer is that why do people hurt animals if they climb to protect my road? Is basically a very bad excuse. Like if Hannibal Lecter say that he likes the flesh of r.p.g. so much, people flesh is so delicious. Maybe Hannibal Lecter is thinking that, and therefore he eats people. Think about it. So let me look for some. Last couple of months I've not so much stupid people in. Oh, Fringer vegans have a big gay. Oh, this guy's dumb, I think. First, before the word gay, it means homosexual. It didn't actually mean person that is happy. So, first, I think kid is a little baby. He calls himself a doctor, but dark then memes, but he's an idiot. He's not even funny. I think he is just a sad little child. Yeah, indeed. My drawings are pretty well. Don't know what this means. Maybe some of you can translate this. See, there's nobody right now, unlike last week on my YouTube. Hello, Anja. Is there no sound? That sounds weird. No. Now I think there's sound, but not so much. Somebody was saying just a couple of seconds that I was too loud, but so can you hear me now? Oh yeah. That last person said that it is too was too loud, so therefore wasn't so high. But yep, let me go for that. A lot of you look like cancer patients and sound like autistic. Sorry, but that is quite rude, and I think you tried to insult me with that comment. Mick. Let us say this, that first is an ad hominem attack, like I did say in the comments. Second, yeah, I have a form of autism. Just like, but not limited to, great minds like Albert Einstein and Tesla. Having autism does not necessarily mean that you have something wrong with your head. First, people think stuff is crazy when they learn new stuff and find new information. And people like to make fun of stuff they don't understand. Second step. Oh, sorry, I had to click away. Close of fence step. Yes, what people often find when they are finding a new topic, for example, intercourse is stupid. If people try to explain that kind of topic, of course, people that are living in the matrix have a hard time understanding such stuff. It's luckily below of that. There's somebody that did understand my video and was totally agree with it. So this person is smart, have an open mind. This person is a fool, if you ask me. Yeah, people like to insult people that they know they're alright. For all the people that are actually convinced of that, please check out before you say anything all the links I have in the comment sections of my videos. Because I know what I talk about. Law is not equal to justice. You know, in the 17th century, in Florida, there was a casual killing act. That act actually did make it completely illegal to kill casually black people. Also, under the apartheid system, only white women can be raped. And so there are many other examples of why you should never use the law as a justification for justice. You should check out this video of me, of this stream. It's interesting. I'm going to put it somewhere also. I use another one of my channels to put that there. So, let us look a little bit to the next video. But if you are truly think look like a corpse, then you are probably so live in a country where people are so fat that you think that anybody who looks healthy or basically looks like a corpse. Because people in your country are so huge that basically anybody looks skinny. I bet you are from the States or from some other fat country. like Australia, where people, on the average persons, have obesity. So, hello, is there somebody new? Correct. Veganism equals logic and true justice, because the law is not justice, the law is might, right. This made up by rich, elitist guys. I believe that the world is there to serve them, and not to share. So, Heilig, is that his name? Heilig? You think you are a person of Pharaoh? Then Hannibal Lecter is also a person of Pharaoh. How consumed the bodies of other earthlings. Eating animals does make you a person without value. Why? Because anything else you do completely disintegrate any good you are making in this world. So basically, saying that you are having even a little bit of value is giving you a compliment. And if you are saying that you will never go vegan, then it is basically saying, if a pedophile say that he will never stop raping children, and I seriously don't know why killing you is not justifiable, because killing you brings a positive, because people who don't want to change their evil behavior, why should you allow them to do evil in this world? I don't do it, but I'm not gonna to shame people how do stuff like that anymore. No, I'm not going to shame people like Charles Manson anymore, since the majority of the world do the same things on a daily basis. Yeah, Charles Manson did never kill somebody. What he was doing? He was suggesting people to kill others. Check out his check out all the stuff that's written about him. He was basically doing a lot of the same things, and a lot of people do, like, but not limited to Bolsonaro. How suggests and actually says that he is not against murdering of Native Americans who live in the rainforest for the benefit of the cattle industry. How you are actually also supporting when you are eating beef and other animals. because the animal agriculture industry is responsible for the majority of the Amazon rainforest deforestation or burning. Because land animals need a lot amount of land to feed themselves. They are not living on air and light like some people like to think. Because people like to hear good things about their bad habits. And therefore, they believe absurdities. That grass feed, for example, is better for the environment than conventional animal body parts when it is absurd not. It's quite frankly the opposite. And anybody with an half brain cell, I think I suggest can understand that, because grass-fed animals often live longer, not to the end of their life, but live around 50% longer. So in that regard, they take longer to grow. So they need more land to graze on, and they are also grazed. They are not kept in small captivity. So there also needs then, because of that, more land. Like I often say, people people want to hear good things about their bad habits, therefore believe absurdities and commit atrocities. You don't have to be evil to do evil stuff in this world. Necessarily. The most evil in the world is done by the average dude. Because of ignorance. Ignorance is not a blessing. It is a curse you bring on to others. So educate yourself. Educate yourself. Yeah, maybe I should do that song over. I think I have some more lyrics of it still, but I don't know. So so. Are there some new people here? Maybe some questions? Maybe you want to answer some questions you have? You have to think about last week. I am vegan for the majority of my time. I do animal rights, environmentalism, and philosophy videos. I'm gonna to do from next week again 3 videos on this channel at least. One on Monday, one on Friday, and one on Wednesday. At a standard European time around 6 p.m. My videos are very research based. I put majority of the links in the comment section. I have a large database where I can work out, but I also search for new studies, and if I see new studies, I will use them in my videos. If I find more up-to-date studies. My motto is, when darkness and light become one, the reality splitted away and the truth become visible. Which actually means basically that you need to have both sides of a story to know the whole truth. And since I have been on the side of non-vegans, and I'm not longer on that side, that means I understand your position. You are not mine. Therefore, you should listen to what I have to say, not the other way around. Instead of yelling like a little child, school child, how don't know the world and how don't know facts. I am very logical. That's because of my autism. I have Asperger's syndrome. That means that I'm in some parts very good with stuff. For example, I can think very logical and analytical. I have also some downfalls, of course, like anybody have. For example, I can be sometimes pretty inflamed. Well, I mean that if people are going to say stupid stuff, I can sometimes become very can roast them. But yeah, I'll if I tell people often just yeah, that's the problem on the world. That people are often unwilling to change. That's the problem of the world. That's the problem in all forms of oppression in this world. When it comes to the men in Saudi Arabia, how don't want to face the reality that the way they treat their women is terrible and evil, and their children. To the fact that in some places on the world there are molest children for child porn, and they think it is okay. In some cultures, I think the problem with the people is the selfishness. Selfishness is far more destructive than pure malice. I'm firmly convinced that the opposite of love is not hatred. But in contrary to what most people think, it is apathy. Apathy is emotionless. At least when you hate somebody, you are not going to destroy it, because then you have nobody to hate anymore. to fight with. So the attention is by somebody. When you are living in apathy, there's nothing. After all passes always to 3 stages. First, it is mocked and ridiculed. Second, violently opposed. Then accepted. Sadly, because of the apathy of the masses, how's enough to hasten the resurrection of the dead? Like William Lord Garrison did say. This takes hundreds, sometimes thousands of years to come to the just position. But if we are not speaking up, there will nothing come change. So even if people are hating vegans, as long as they are talking about us, I think that's a good idea. That's something good. The way now is, even the bad publicity is good, I think. Even if the media tries to destroy the reputation of some of our activists by bringing up their past, like they do with Joey Carbstrong. We should support those activists instead of being afraid to be not liked. I have to break it to people. People who did change the world for the better were often hated by the people of their time. From Malcolm X, from Gandhi, to Dr. Luther King, to Cesar Chavez. They were all despised by the masses. Today we love them. Today we respect them. So, if you want to be a positive change in this world, hold your flame up. Hold your torn. Stand by your truth. Speak with confidence. Know your facts. Being persistent. That's what I think. And we also have to work together as a movement instead of that some people blame. Some other vegans for attacking meat eaters. Only. I hope you eat plant meat. Not dismembered corpses. By the way, if you are eating the dismembered corpse of an animal, stop using euphemisms. You know, meat is a euphemism. We should call it by what it is. It is a dismembered, bloody, rotten, semi-rotten actually, corpse that is pulled up with a lot of salt, chemicals, so people don't get parasitic infections. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, look at this. Parasitic superbugs find in a lot of meats. So, are you want to get some parasites? I think he's an idiot who believes the earth is flat, because otherwise he will not say vegan propaganda. Because the veganism is a small movement, so look at the website. This is not a vegan organization. No, it is not fake news. The meat, dairy and egg industry is an industry that have a lot of propaganda up, and stop believing absurdities. Of course, animal body parts have parasitic worms. Do you not watch the news? Wait for a sec, I think I'm going to block this retard on Twitch if I can. Where is it? I am from Europe. That's where I live, in Europe. Because junk, you are spreading lies and you are totally ridiculous. Why? Because probably anything I will say, you will mark as propaganda. Because you like to hear good things about your bad habits and you're a spoiled a little bitch who can't hold any opinions that does not prevent your cruel way of life. So, where do you come from? Span and Spandion. Do you have span? Where do you come from? Have you more questions for me? Or do you want that I talk about maybe some in another video? Maybe some video ideas about topics you want that I make a video about? Spandono? Is that how you pronounce your name? Alright. Alright then. I'm gonna to look at some more videos. Blockbuster videos are also not something I find they are often too much, costing too much money to make. They waste a lot of money that can be spent to improve the environment. If we did spend half the amount of money we are right now spending on movies and that kind of shit, think about what we can do for the environment. Think about it. This one is funny. So, man is not unreasonable animal, but is in one, and therefore the most idiotic and dangerous. So, oh yeah, really did also make comment once on my videos, on my video about why I'm still vegan. Why? You should check that out. Your people here on Twitch, or your people here on YouTube. I talk about some basic stuff. Maybe some of you know already it. Maybe some of you are not. Maybe some of you are not. I don't know. Just saying. guy that was before here, Yun or something like that. He was pretty nuts. I think he was in a cult and did use some very bad drugs. So, absolute fact. If you watched movies like Dominion, Speciesism, and other movies like that, you are absolutely can see that. Oh yeah, you can also watch Hidden Secrets, which is a documentary that actually explains the vile way of the vivisection industry. It is a bit old, but very good in information still for today. So this is an evil one. Every It's about the evil festival of Australia, Sydney, called Pigfest. I did make a long detailed video about that. And this guy actually did say that he goes every year to that psychotic ritual, and he buys pigments, and after 2 or shoot and I'll shoot them because he's a psychopath. Only psychopaths shoot innocent animals for pleasure. I hope his son shot him accidentally with shooting expedition. Yeah, I know that sounds cruel, but I don't respect people's cruel way of life. Should I respect people's life choices like of Ted Bundy, or should I respect the feel evil way of life as to as for of people like Jeffrey Dahmer, or should I respect the way of life of Charles Manson? Should I respect the life and the lifestyle of people like the Zodiac Killer? This guy is a total shithead. He is a brain of a peanut, and therefore he needs to molest, torture, and murder innocent living beings because his own brain is too small to understand that it is not okay to molest innocent creatures. So you think that it is okay, Mr. Elling Gason, you think it is okay to and fun to kill defenseless piglets in the winter outdoors and think that is cool? Do you know what is cool? Kicking people like you in the face and saving those animals. That's cool. Then you are a tough guy. Because then you're breaking laws to actually destroy evil people who should not be protected by the law. That makes you a tough guy. Want you to fight? I will put your body somewhere in New Zealand where nobody finds ever. If I ever go to do that kind of stuff. But for now, it is still rhetoric. And by the way, if people find that shocking or disturbing what I just say about this guy, that I like to do the same things he do to pigs and throw his body somewhere in the bush of New Zealand. Think about how you feel when I did say that. Do you feel angry on me for saying that? Why do you not find yourself angry on the words of this dickhead, this psychopath? Like, I'm not gonna to read this whole hellish rhetoric. Eating animals is not okay. It is outdated, it is psychotic. All scientific sources say that there is no justifiable excuse anymore to eat animals. So I hope he gets cancer. That's the only way people like him will come to their end. Sorry, I have no sympathy for evil people like this guy. He is the total epitome of evil. If you look to how he talks about murder and about causing unnecessary suffering, I think Charles Manson is a nice guy in comparison to this guy. And that says a lot. Because Charles Manson did never kill somebody. And he even said that he did not like to cause unnecessary harm once. Like that, and in contrary with that guy, who's a ruthless psychopath, who thinks it is fun to murder defenseless animals for no other reason than taste pleasure. So, you think that I'm a moron because I say something you are not liking properly? Yeah, yeah. The true why I act the way I do. I bet that guy, it's not even take the time to watch all and look at all the sources I present in my videos. And if he thinks that's propaganda, then I think you are full of it. Do you think that a small group of vegans have the power to make such amount of propaganda and not the $1 trillion meat, dairy and egg industry? Look around you, people. What makes people sick? Where do people die from in this place of the world? Look at the amount of animals they eat. You don't need to have scientific studies to see what is killing people. You don't need scientific studies to see what is destroying the environment. You need to use your brain only a little bit. You need to know just a bit basic facts. For example, that animals don't live on air, on water, and that's it. They need to eat, so they need space. So their food that grow needs space. There is enough on this world for anybody's need, but not enough for anybody's greed. And yes, eating animals and their secretions is greed. Why? Because it takes so much resources. You're wasting so much resources, so indirectly you are gluttonous with your eating animals. Think about it. Use that big brain you are so proud of. Instead of want to hear good things about your bad habits. Sorry, people, but I'm not here for that. Sometimes I am so sweet as Dundee, or must I say maybe sometimes I'm so sweet as Earthling Ant. Sometimes I'm even more rude than Joey Carbstrong. Can you handle that? Can you handle the unfiltered truth? Then hit that bell, become a follower. Maybe read down some questions you have about topics you want that I make videos about. And tell me next time when I do a Q&A/video live stream on this channel. Read this. This is hilarious comment of me. So, this is some Fisher douchebag. or a marine animal fish slave trader, marine animal slave trader. So this guy basically said, after watching my whole video about how the fishing industry is destroying the climate, actually the Earth's fishing populations, that he's going to catch and eat fish and because it is fun. So basically, Charles Manson can kidnap and murder people because he finds it fun. So, you know, the Zodiac killer did say that he did kill people because that's fun. He did say in one of his letters, killing people is so much fun. It is even more fun than killing wild deer in the forest. Because man is the most dangerous animal. So fuck up with you saying that you do something because it is fun. You should do something because it is more consistent or not causing any harm. You should do only things that cause not unnecessary harm, and you should only be acting in a moral way, not in a selfish way. You are a psychopath, like I did say to him. And I hope that someday a guy like me will come across you and feed your sorry ass to sharks. Because that's fun. That's fun for me. If you, let's go. Stop making excuses to do nothing. I did say to him after that. And make an excuse to do actually something positive and beneficial for animals and the earth. Or will you be another do nothing complainer? How hello, how are you doing there? Typer zeker? No, I'm reacting to some of them of some random quotes of people indeed, and then I read out some of the comments I did actually reply to them, but I can do. I'm searching for some really stupid quotes of people where I reply to, and then I explain why their comments are basically trash. That's what I'm doing now. I can also answer your questions about veganism or animal rights. I'm very knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. I have an environmentalism, animal rights, philosophy, and psychology / history channel called The Mirror of the True on YouTube. Or I talk about such topics, and I use a lot of sources always in my videos. If it takes a long time to explain something, some specific topic, I can send you to a video where I explain it, or I make a video about it. My morality is basically the way I look to actually anything is a bit like, I think there are 3 basic essence in all actions. The first one is egocentrism. That's basically selfishness. It controls the will of the self and is limitless. Then you will have malignant malice, which controls the will of others and lead to wickedness and extreme cruelty. Then we have compassion, which basically have to do with the will of the also with others, but then it's more based on sympathy instead of the attention to hurt, and that can lead to nobility and a perfect society, basically. And that's the way I look at things, and that's the way I perceive this world. It's the way I judge all actions. And I'm pretty sure you can put all actions in one of those 3 categories, with maybe combination of both, of some of 2 or 3 of the actions. Most of the time 1 or 2. No. Tell me, people.
There is some guy.
How looks more sick, this guy or I?
He's a cult leader.
I think this guy is very reddish in his face. He looks very sick. Look to his eyes. He looks like Trump in a bit, with a reddish face. And you see here problems with the skin also. He's losing a lot of his hair. And then me. My face looks far better. There's not only only then lighting. So Yeah, indeed. This is so extremely mind-blowing to you, is it not? The egg industry is one cruel industry that drops baby chicks in a rendering machine. So like I did say in this video, that's holy shit, so evil. Look, it's totally evil. It's the epiphany of malignant behavior of the dairy industry. If we talk about different attentions, look.
When they're being born, put in one sexing band, and the male chicks how don't have any viable for the meat industry, the egg industry, have been put in a rendering machine, fully conscious, and chopped up in billions of pieces and sold as pet food.
So, nobody here? Is somebody in the chat? Needle tea. Do you mind? If you want to see more videos of me, where I do Q&As, I will do that any Sunday, Standard European time, on 7 in the evening, is that done? PM. And I do another one around starting around 7, only then, in the morning, around 7, what did it say? Any questions for me? I'm gonna for a second I need to go to the toilet. Then I'm back, and if you want to apply some guitar, I will do that. Right now, I look for some more mind-boggling, ridiculous comments of people. If you want to play some more, tell me, tell me, tell me, how do you feel? Tell me, why are you not feeling this day? Why are you not big enough? Want you to constant necessarily harm you, sadistic, you will waver. Why do you make excuses? Why do you make excuses? Yeah, this easy. Eat some beans, eat some lentils, eat some rice, eat some fruit like bananas. Eat, but let the animals alone. Let the animals alone. begins on the dinner table. I watch you eat on daily basis. But like I did say before, I think as vegans we should support each other, even if we are not 100% standing after their kind of activism. Since veganism is about the animals, we must also remember some people that, and therefore we should not so much care about what the media is thinking about us, because the media likes to demonize activists always, and it does not help if we are also going to demonize those activists how are being demonized by the media, like Gary Yourofsky, Joey Carbstrong, activists like them. We need to have Malcolm X's, and we need to have Dr. Kings in our movement. We need to have people who talk smart and friendly, like Earthling Ed, and we need people who are more radical. People who are more like me. People who are more like Joey Carbstrong and Gary Yourofsky. That's what I truly think. You can think about what you want, but I hope you will think about what I just said and think about my responses to the psychopathic hunters, how did comment on my video where I explain how evil Pigfest is and how evil Dog Meat Festival China is. We need to bury our psychotic traditions, and we need to be speaking the truth instead of playing politician games. And people, you should stop thinking you are perfect just the way you've been. You're not. But at least if you are going vegan, what I hope, you are trying to reduce the amount of suffering you are causing in this world. Like I often say, a statement that is often challenged by selfish, disinformed people is that even a vegan that does nearly nothing, playing games, is probably causing less of a burden to the earth as a meat eater, as a so-called human rights activist. just because of how much destruction the meat, dairy and egg industry costs on the environment. I think I'm going to stop right now, and I hope to see you all Sunday. From tomorrow on, I will do any Monday, any Wednesday, and any Friday, and not live stream based video. How I hope you enjoy. I hope to see you next Sunday, 7 p.m. Standard European Time. I hope you are there.